Ukrainian forces are bombarding Russian positions in the illegally occupied and annexed southern Kherson region, targeting supply routes across a major river, while inching closer on Friday to carry out a full-fledged assault on one of the first urban areas Russia has seized after invading the country. Around noon, Ukrainian anti-aircraft fighters shot down a Russian Ka-52 attack helicopter in the Berislav district of the Kherson region, a unit of the Odessa Anti-Aircraft Missile Brigade of the Southern Air Command. As Ukrinform reports, air defense forces shot down 11 kamikaze drones over Ukraine, 10 over Mykolaiv Oblast, 1 over Kirovohrad, and also Ukrainian forces destroyed 4 Russian BMP infantry fighting vehicles and a T-72B tank in Kherson. Previous Ukrainian attacks had rendered the Antonivsky Bridge inoperable, prompting Russian authorities to set up ferry crossings and a pontoon bridge to relocate civilians and transport supplies to Russian troops at Kherson, located on the western bank of the Dnieper. Officials stationed in Russia attempted to evacuate up to 60,000 people from Kherson for their safety and allowed the military to build fortifications. Ukraine's military reported on Friday that bank employees, medical workers, and teachers moved because the city's infrastructure was damaged. When the Ukrainian army regained its territory in Ukraine, they captured military vehicles and weapons left behind by the fleeing Russians, turning some against the invading soldiers, analysts said. Russia has seized parts of Ukraine since its invasion in late February, but Kiev forces have reversed some of those gains, and since August have reclaimed swaths of land in the northeast and south of the country. Meanwhile, the General Staff of the Armed Forces of Ukraine reported that Russia is trying to temporarily defend the captured territories, concentrating its efforts to restrain the actions of the armed forces of Ukraine in a certain direction, at the same time not stopping trying to carry out attacks and actions in the direction of Bakhmut and Avdiivka. On this day, units of the Ukrainian Defense Forces repelled invaders' attacks on the residential areas of Ternova in Kharkiv Oblast, Bilohorivka, and Zolotarivka in Luhansk Oblast, and Lyman, Soledar, Ozaryanivka, Odradivka, and Pervomaisk in Donetsk Oblast. Russia fired on Ukrainian troop positions along the line of contact and carried out aerial reconnaissance. Russian troops continue to attack critical infrastructure and civilian homes, in violation of international humanitarian law, the laws and customs of war. During the day, the Russian invaders carried out 4 rocket and 10 airstrikes, carrying out more than 30 NLRS strikes. The area around 8 settlements was hit by enemy aviation and anti-aircraft missiles. Among them are Kharkiv, Zaporizhia, and Novovoskresensky from Kherson Oblast. In the direction of Volyn, the situation remained unchanged. In the Siversky and Polishcha directions, Russian troops used mortars and barrel artillery to shell residential areas of Ukrainsk and High in Chernihiv Oblast, as well as Pokrovka in Sumy Oblast. According to available information, in the city of Berislav, Kherson region, all occupation authorities have stopped their activities. It is also known that collaborators who cooperated with the Russian invaders continue to leave the city, with their families and property. In the temporarily occupied Luhansk Oblast region, Russian troops are taking steps to improve television and radio broadcasting. On October 19, the Ukrainian Defense Forces opened fire on a pontoon crossing under the Antonov Bridge in Kherson Oblast. The ferry crossing at Kherson continues to work, despite the shelling by the Ukrainian armed forces. According to the deputy head of the regional administration, Kirill Stremusov, citizens were transported to the left bank of the Dnieper. Earlier, the official noted that the night raid by Ukrainian troops on the crossing, which killed civilians, once again underscores the need to evacuate residents from Kherson. Meanwhile, the representative of the Operational Command of the Armed Forces of Ukraine South, Natalia Gumeniuk, confirmed the attack at the crossing, but stated that it was unlikely that there were civilians at the facility. The head of the Ministry of Health of the Kherson region, Vadim Ilmev, said that as a result of the attacks by the Ukrainian armed forces, 2 civilians were killed. 15 others were injured of varying severity. Some of the victims will be sent for treatment to Simferopol.